everyone, in this week's episode we sail from Mallaig down to Dunstaffnage. We have to make a decision really to move the boat to get the sail drive seals changed because of the emulsion that we've got in our oil. So we document that journey for you so you can see how we get on with that, and also we do some visiting while we're in Dunstaffnage. So I hope you enjoy some of the scenery and some of our drone footage. And also I'd like to say thank you once again to all our subscribers. We're only a couple of subscribers after 100 now, so please, if you're watching, subscribe to our channel, and we hope you enjoy our footage. Well, today is an interesting passage for us. We've been debating quite a lot about what we should do about the fact that we've got emulsified oil in our sail drive. It's something that you can't really keep sailing with. We've had discussions with several different marinas around about. The one in Mallaig didn't have any lifting facilities for us, so that was a no-go. We tried one across the water about 5 miles away, but they could only get us out on a really high tide. And so that was going to be quite a long wait as well. There was another one about 12 miles down the coast. They said we would be waiting at least a month to get enough water to get in there. So reluctantly we've made the decision to go back to Dunstaffnage, which is almost all the way back to Oban. They have a big hoist and a big boatyard, and when we get there they will be able to lift us out, and if we don't have the correct tools and things to replace the seal on the sail drive, the boatyard can help us out. This we think is probably going to be the quickest. A bit worried because we've got to make at least 10 hours of sailing to get back there. If we can sail, that's fantastic because it saves us having the engine on, and we're not using the sail drive, so no impact. If we don't get any sailing at all, we have to have the engine on, but we've decided we will go low revs, low impact, and take our time, so give ourselves extra time for the passages that we've got to make. So today our passage is from Mallaig, where we were hoping to visit Skye very soon, so that's not going to happen now. So we're going from Mallaig back to Tobermory, and then tomorrow from Tobermory to Dunstaffnage. Hopefully it will all be plain sailing, and soon enough we'll be repaired and back on our trip north. We were hoping to get a bit further north yet before we started to turn around and come back. So it's a bit of a surprise. We've got lots of time left, so actually in the grand scheme of things I don't think it really matters. So we're just going to try and enjoy the passages that we have and make the most of the sails that we get. And Alan has just bought me a nice cup of tea. I'm on watch on deck, and it's glassy calm, as you can see. We're just beginning to pick up a little bit of breeze. There's a sort of freckle all over the water. But in the centre of the screen towards the hills you can see a rain shower, a squall coming across. I'm hoping, because it's quite small and quite short-lived, we're going to skip it and I'm not going to get wet. Let's see. There's also, I think, another one on the other side. Let's see if we can get to that. On cross sides. There's another one down there, but we're heading sort of just to the left of that. If you peek just at the edge of the sail, you can see the headland that we're going round as we go back to Tobermory. The island over here, this is Egg, and the one in the background is the Isle of Rum, other sailing boats, and that one there, very dramatic, is Skye. Well, we're getting close to Arden Merchant Point. We can see on the depth gauge on the right that the last reading was 150 metres. It's so deep here. And yet Alan just saw the depth gauge leap up to 3. Nearly gave him a heart attack. But as we've been looking out, not that we can see it now, we think we've got a whale around us. So maybe he passed right underneath our echo We'd love to get some footage, but as ever, can't see them when you want to. If it is a whale, and we think we've seen it a couple of times, but only very briefly, it will be the first one I think I've ever seen. I think Alan's probably ever seen as well while we've been out, so we'll keep looking. Hopefully we'll get to see it. The sky looks amazing though. The island over there is the Isle of Muck. So we're coming round Merchant Point, and this is the lighthouse. It's massive. Can't believe we didn't see it in all that fog. It's so big. But it does mean we haven't got long now until we reach our destination. Tobermory is not too far from here.
There we are. Our header is attached to the bowsprit as we come round Merchant Point. And there it is. That's the Sound of Mull. And as we come round, this is Merchant Point. And just up here is the very splendid lighthouse.
Well, we made it into Tobermory. Our sail drive hasn't let us down, so hopefully tomorrow morning, nice and early, we'll be up and final leg to Dunstaffnage where we can be lifted. This is Alan just trying to put in a couple of waypoints for Dunstaffnage, ready for our early morning start.
So it's an early start from Tobermory this morning, setting off at 5:30 into some interesting fog. It's so dense in places, it almost looks like snow. Amazing. Just sitting on the surface. Really beautiful fog this morning. Oh, there's a porpoise, as if by invitation. She's just going up on the deck to look out for lobster pots. Here we are Monday morning. It's perfect sailing weather. We've got no wind, dense fog, and there was a third thing, but my mind's gone blank. Extreme fatigue. No, that's not it. No wind, dense fog, and no, it's gone. Oh, it's pouring with rain. The obvious one. Tisha's enjoying her moments on the helm. Well, I'm getting complaints from the crew. Apparently, you know, it's not good enough that I make them bacon sandwiches and tea. Apparently they've got a condition, which is a serious condition, called bath hands, where they've been on the helm for so long that, and in the rain, that their skin's gone wrinkly. Now,
Seriously wet hands?
I don't think this is a reportable disease under the Management of Health and Safety at Work Act.
This is, and so is wet face.
And
I've got a really wet collar. It's just not good enough. And it's raining so much my hat is beginning to leak.
No, that's just wrong.
My rubber hat. I'm wearing my condom and it's going to leak.
Just see the entrance to Loch Alien there. And as I pan round, you get these beautiful low-lying clouds just hanging over the land. I love the way they sort of break up the landscape. We arrived in Dunstaffnage Marina without any problems, luckily. The sail drive held out all the way here, and we got in and we're on a nice berth in here. Downside is that when we got here, Alan went to check in at the marina, and although they led us to believe they'd be able to lift us out this week, they are not able to do that. And the reason for that is that they've got some staff off. I think they've had a bit of a COVID scare with the staff, and some people are isolating, so that means they don't have enough yard staff to be able to lift Seagull out. So for the time being, we're sat here. At least we're nice and safe. The weather's lovely, so we're going to just try and enjoy our time here. On the upside, I've managed to get a big Tesco shop, so we've got lots of food being delivered and I don't have to battle my way on a bus to try and fetch it. So I'm really pleased about that. Yeah, just going to try and enjoy the time, maybe do a bit of cleaning, a few repair jobs while we sat waiting. There's a couple of things on deck, a bit of sewing and things I need to do on the sail bag. So going to try and make the most of the time we've got. This is our berth. We're on a very long outer breakwater. Got some pretty good views. Got the Highland Mountains over there. But we're nestled in between some enormous yachts. Windweaver of Pennington is one. Very big yacht here. Lots of these seem to be charter yachts. There's a huge one at the back there, 90 foot on the left. There's some really old styled ones. This thing is enormous as well. We've got oysters on here. Feeling a little bit out of our depth, but a nice spot. Should be a good week. Okay, so because we are stuck in Dunstaffnage for at least a week, we've just been up to the office this morning and they've said it's going to be probably next Wednesday before they can lift us. I did a Tesco shop and they did a delivery to the marina, which is brilliant because we're a long way from Oban and it would be really difficult to sort that out. But as I realised we're a long way from a shop, I ordered bread making things so that we can easily make ourselves bread. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm having to make bread so that we can eat for the rest of the next couple of days, and then I've got more to make later on. But actually, I'm quite looking forward to eating nice fresh bread. Well, we noticed that our sail bag needs a repair. Here is a batten. So this is a sort of batten, and this bit that's stitched should be stitched to there. So yesterday I did start having a go at it, and I'll show you the one on the other side, which is also like this yesterday. So this is the other side. So yesterday, hand stitched along here. I couldn't get through this bit, it was too thick, and I hand stitched this bit. But it's looking a lot better. So hopefully I'm going to finish the one on the other side. But I had to do it in situ. I might show you how I did it, and it made my arms ache a lot, so I only did one side. So the engineer popped round this morning and he's confirmed our thoughts that our seal on the sail drive is leaking. So we're just heading up to collect our post. Alan's going to have a spruce of his suit, and this looks like the oil he drained out the sail drive. We're ready for the oil bund. What are you doing?
I'm just looking at where we can go once we've got the seal sorted out. Looking at different options of where we can anchor in the small isles, for example, so we can break the trip up and not repeat the route we've already taken.
That would be fun.
I think so.
Especially if the weather's good.
Yeah, it's very dependent on weather because it's all anchorages on the small isles. I can't see that there's any marinas, and I can't find any mooring buoys at the moment.
Well, anchoring it might be then.
Anchoring's
Nice weather, let's hope for it.
Anchoring's fine, but the shelter on some of the islands, it looks like the Isle of Egg, the shelter's not that great. So it would have to be very stable.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Well, things to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've headed out for a walk, and we've found the Ocean Explorer Centre. There's a sort of history along the wall, all about ocean exploring. And there's Alan just reading through the information on the wall. There's some interesting facts on the wall about when it was developed and the fact that they become an international institution and linked to universities and then PhDs, and it moving from the Cumbraes and the Clyde to here so they could do better research. So we've made it to Dunstaffnage Castle behind me. It was along a nice sort of walk at the end there through wooded trees and grounds, which we can explore in a minute, but we're just going to head up and see what we can find out about the castle. We're not allowed in today. It's not open yet still because of COVID, but the grounds are open apparently. There's lots of information boards and a visitors centre.
We're at Dunstaffnage Castle, and Tish is just investigating the coastline. We found this little inlet here. You probably can't see it, but it's just off to the right here. You see the sand, and it looks like it was dug for a boat. And this was when the castle was built. It was the 12th century, and the Norwegians were in charge, and they used to use the sort of Norse vessels. So this would be an ideal little slipway for one of their little galleons. There we are.
It's in a lovely location. It's got some nice pretty grounds, sort of old bits of ruin that you can walk through, even though the main castle itself is not open. And then just nice views. Here we've lost some rivets in the bar that holds the sail bag to the boom. So Alan's removing what was left of the old rivet by drilling them out, and then he's going to pop some new ones in. And here's one that's a finished article, looking very shiny and new. We've replaced 4, so hopefully this will hold it in place for the rest of the season. It's another lovely day here in the marina, so we've decided to do some outdoor jobs. Alan at the moment has got what we call wet and forget. You can use it on the patios at home, but we use it on our teak decks to keep them looking good, I suppose, all over the summer. So you mix it with water and pop it in the bucket, and then you can get a soft brush, and we just gently go around the whole deck, just brushing it into the teak. We just leave it to dry in the sunny weather. You want to put it on a day when it's not going to rain, and then leave it to do its work, and it keeps all the green algae at bay and keeps the decks looking nice. So Seagull's getting some love and attention today. Well, this great big beastie was moored up near us, and I don't know if you're like us, we had absolutely no idea what this particular vessel would do. She's huge. She came in last night, she just spent the day, and she's heading off again. We did find out what she was for, but I wonder if you can guess. I think we might pop a little post on Instagram and see if people can guess what she is, but we'll tell you next time.